It's off the record. It's Wednesday night. Everybody alright? It's off the record. It's Wednesday night. Hey, you better hold on tight. It's off the record. It's Wednesday night. K-On, I think they're ready. You tuned into what you tuned into.
Now give me my theme music.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Off the Record. I'm your host, Kevin Young. I got a barn burner for you tonight. I got Miss Lady Blues. Miss Lady Blues. I don't know if y'all heard of this young lady, but she can sing. She can sing. And you know I don't use those words loosely. She can sing. She's been out for a little while. So Southern Soul should be honored to even have her over here because she's a vocalist. But let me say a couple of things about the holiday season and stuff. So hopefully everybody had a nice Christmas and looking forward to the new year. Hopefully everybody got what they wanted. I spent a lot of money for the holidays and I'm glad it's over. I'm glad it's over. But we have New Year's coming up. So you guys be safe. Don't go no place where you know some losers possibly there. What? What? No, it's not. You gotta go to the other line. So if you guys want to go out and party, drink responsibly. You can Uber or you can take somebody along with you, like myself, who don't drink. So I'm always the designated driver. But look, I'm not gonna bore y'all. But went to a couple shows this past weekend. Nice shows, nice crowds and stuff. So you guys continue to support these artists, go to the shows and stuff, support the artists, and give them feedback. There's nothing wrong with feedback. Give them feedback. If it's something that you don't like, tell them. Get in the inbox and tell them, because it's all about constructive criticism. That's what it's about, constructive criticism. But look, I'm not gonna hold y'all up because she's eager to get on Off the Record. I don't know why, but she's eager to come on here. She might cut up a little bit, but if she cut up, y'all need to help me out. Because she's young, I think she's probably about 45 or 50. But yeah, she's young and she's very talented. So without further ado, I'm gonna bring her on.
If you ever lie about my age again, we're gonna have a whole problem.
Welcome to Off the Record, Miss Lady Blues. How you doing today?
I'm doing well until I heard that. I'm like, hold up, don't try to send me down on Senior Citizen Road.
So you're not 45?
Yes. No, I'm not.
You're not? How old are you?
I'm not telling you my age. You tried that before.
Oh, okay. I thought you was at least about 40. Maybe
No,
you
you
carry
didn't.
yourself well.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll let you think. Yeah.
But look, I want to welcome you. Let me do this. Go in there with Nana. But look, I want to welcome you Off the Record. It's an honor to have you on. I listen to your music. I got a couple of your songs in rotation at the radio station, and when people are actually requesting your songs,
Mm-hmm.
So and I'm honored to meet certain artists. I don't have a problem with that, but I like to meet certain artists face to face and talk to them. And talking to you, I can tell you're a classy young lady. I can tell you all about business. I can tell you all about business. just
Yeah.
just by the conversation I have with you on the telephone. So
Mhm.
without further ado, let's get started.
Yeah, so what I want to say first, I would like to just thank and honor God for the opportunity to even be here. A lot of people didn't make it. They're not here. They were here yesterday. They're not here today. We are. So we're blessed to be here. And I'm feeling honored to be on this show to talk to you. I was kind of nervous coming in here fooling with you because you can be a mess. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna suit up and I'm gonna be ready. So we're gonna do
Yeah.
this thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good deal. Now my first question is gonna be, uh, what's up with the mask?
Well, that's just what I do. At first, it started out being a thing like, oh, COVID was like creeping around, and it's still out there. A lot of
Okay.
people don't even know, though. When it was really, really heavy, my mother and I really
We're gonna
were.
go into that. I just wanted to ask you about the mask. Whether is
Oh,
that
yeah. So
what,
now
what-
I just like it. Like earlier when we did our test run, you saw that I didn't have it on. So some people, and when I take some of my pictures online, I don't have it on. When I take it
uh,
with the supporters, I don't have it on. But I just happen to like it, and it's me now. So,
okay.
hey,
So that's your signature item.
pretty much. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Now tell the fans a little bit about yourself and where you're from.
Well, I am originally from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Roll Tide all day. Yes, don't shake your head. No, don't do that. Roll Tide. Anyway, originally from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I live in Atlanta, Georgia now. Been here for a few years. Moved here because of music. A few years ago, before I became Miss Lady Blues, my brothers, they were into the music industry on the rap and R&B side. So a lot of people in my family have that music background. So that's what brought me to Atlanta originally.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So did I hear this correctly? I heard you was a preacher's kid. Or is that fact or fiction?
That's fact. Actually, yes. Father was a pastor. Grandmother was a minister. Like we had people who were, leaders in the church all around. So that we were born and raised in the Baptist church in Alabama. So yeah,
Oh, okay.
absolutely.
So at what age did you start singing?
Well, I had to be about 8 or 9 years old when I was forced into the
Uh-huh.
choir. Yeah, forced into the choir.
Yeah, if you're
Um,
right. If you're a pastor's kid, you're gonna sing.
yeah, but no, we had two choices. We could either be an usher or we could be in the choir. I only got in the choir because I thought I could get in the back and nobody would hear me. And I didn't want to wear those ugly white gloves. So I was like, I'm not wearing that. So I'm getting in the choir. But
Yeah.
that was not the move. I'm telling you, no. Hated
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now were you the lead singer?
Unfortunately, Miss Felicia, I still remember her name. Miss Felicia used to try to make me lead the songs. I took
Mm.
a couple of beatings because I refused to lead the song. So yeah,
Uh,
but yes,
wow.
yeah,
Wow. Now
wow,
I know this for a fact that my dad was a deacon in the church and we had the biggest family, so we had to do everything in the church. We
yeah,
had to do everything.
yeah,
So but you chose to sing.
yes.
So I'm hearing at one point that you didn't want to sing or stop singing. Is that true?
Well, I didn't want to sing from the beginning. I was always very shy, very quiet, very laid back. And I didn't like people looking at me and I didn't like being bothered. As long as I could be by myself and create things and do,
Mhm.
my own thing, I was always good. But I never liked crowds and I never liked attention. And so I didn't want people looking at me. It was just about people watching me and wanting me to do something I didn't want to do. That's what kind of turned me off from it. So
Uh-huh.
yeah. Hmm.
So singing, not wanting to sing to actually singing to actually stop singing. Did you stop
Yeah.
singing at one point?
Yes, absolutely. When I got into middle school, almost going into high school, we had a conversation because they figured out like if I'm gonna beat this girl and she's not gonna cry, if I'm gonna threaten her, the only thing left is to kill her. So we ain't trying to go to jail. I was like, just let her, be. And so at that point, I got out of the choir. I stopped singing, and in my mind, I would never sing again because I didn't have a passion for it to begin with. I had a
Mhm.
gift, but I didn't respect it at that time. Yeah.
Okay. So you stopped singing, you started back singing. At what point did you start singing secular music? And what was the reaction from the church folks?
Well, January 1st of this year, 2023, is going to make 10 years that I've been officially Miss Lady Blues. And so that's when I started singing any music that was not gospel music. And people in my family were okay for the most part, but the women who were brought up in the church and came up during my mom and my grandmother's era, like, when they caught wind of it, it's like you singing the devil's music and, that baby need to be using her voice for the Lord. I'm like, I'm testifying out here. I'm telling some real stories, lady, so they just didn't get it. But, I've always been the type of person where if I am convicted to do something and I feel like I'm not harming anyone and I'm helping, I don't allow other people's opinion to sway me from that.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kept doing it. Yeah.
Okay. So did you go from church straight to Southern Soul, or did you sing some other type of music before you come into Southern Soul?
No, I never sang any other type of music, and I didn't even know it was Southern Soul. When I decided to come into this, I actually wasn't serious. It was a joke and a bet between me, my husband at the time, and my mother. It's like, okay, I'm gonna put one song out because, like I told you, I came from a background of the real. And I'm not saying Southern Soul is real, but I'm saying like the music business where we were brokering deals with the major labels, Atlantic Records, Sony, and Capitol Records. And I mean, we sat down with the head presidents of A&R. Like that's the level of stuff that I was doing before deciding to become an artist. And the only reason I decided to test the waters is because they made me mad on the other side. The way they did the politics behind the business, I didn't agree with it. And a few times they just tried me, and being a woman in that business, it was already hard. But then to have people who I broker deals for, publishing and production deals, and you're sitting them all for the sake of your artists continue to thrive. I don't have, any respect for you. So I said, I know the business. I know how to do this. I'm going to put one song out. I'm going to use my money. And I'm just going to see if they like it. If they do, fine. If they don't, fine. It's my money. So it was just a bet. Like, are you serious? Are you really going to do this? I'm like, yeah. And so, yeah, that's how it started.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you did experience a little bit on the other side about the contracts and all this stuff, how the music business.
Absolutely. Yes. I mean, because when you had the young guys, all they wanted to do was rap. All they wanted to do was be in the videos, had the jewelry, had the ladies. They never cared about the business behind the music, and I did. And so my job was to basically educate them on what you're doing, and how's it going to affect you later. You get these deals and you get this advance money. That's a loan. You got to pay it back. You around here flossing and flexing, but guess what? You're in debt on the front end. So you may as well put the work in and, kind of build some value and have some kind of substance and something that you can kind of hang on to, whether or not they give you a dime. You have to build that, and that comes from the people, not the labels, but, the folks who are supporting the music.
Okay, so your transition over to Southern Soul, has it been pleasant for you the last 10 years?
Yeah, it's absolutely been pleasant because I love the fact that I've had labels come at me wanting to have me join their businesses and want to sign me to do this and that, but I know the business. So you're not going to do the business on me. I know the business, but it's one thing to need something. It's another thing to want something, and it's another thing to be willing to work for all of it. And I've never been afraid of work, and so it's been very pleasant to me because the work is always just the work, whether it's Southern Soul or anything. I have other businesses too, but I always look at it as just work. And so if I'm willing to get up every day and give it a go, I'm going to get somewhere. Now I can't be guaranteed how long it may take, but with Southern Soul, it's been just fine because I get to write my stories, tell them my way, and connect with the supporters any way I feel. And then they can give me, like you said earlier, feedback on what they like, what they don't like, what they love. And I kind of vibe and feed off of them,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I heard one thing about you. I've heard that you don't want to owe nobody anything, that you overpay.
Yeah, I do. Well, because it's like, example, like if I'm buying a track from somebody or if I'm going for studio time, they may say, oh, it's $50 an hour. You know what I'm saying? You got a 4-hour block, so the simple math is $200. Oh, you getting $300. I don't care. You can call it a tip. You can call it whatever you want to call it. I don't owe you nothing. Like for me, my father, and my mother were very particular in educating us on certain things. And it was just about, whatever you do it well, do it with some integrity, and also make sure you always over deliver, under promise and over deliver. Like I would rather give you way more than you bargain for than to try to get a bargain, if that makes sense. Like a lot of people are so used to trying to get something for nothing or trying to do the least and get the most. I don't believe in that. To me, what you put in is what you deserve to get out. So you will eventually get served what you deserve. That's how I think. Yeah.
So how many songs you currently have out right now?
Oh my gosh, probably about 40.
40
A
songs,
lot.
man?
Probably about, yeah, about 35, 40. People just don't know. Yeah, I got a lot of music out there. A
Uh-huh.
lot of music. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to play your song
Woo.
called Good Woman.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Let's
play
go.
it. Y'all listen up. Hold on. I got to disconnect my what you call. Hold on 1 second. Okay. There we go. Song called Good Woman. You said you want a good woman. Can you hear it? Well, here
Yeah.
I am, baby. As long as you do right by me, I'll forever be your lady. Been through some good and some bad times. We're still here. We made a commitment from the start. We ain't going nowhere. Ain't never had a man to do for me the things you do. Huh? Ain't never gotta wonder or worry, baby, if the love is true. You always got my back, boy, and I'll do the same. I knew it was real. You gave me the last name. Ain't never gotta worry what's going on in them streets. They liking it. They liking it. It's a hit song.
It's awesome.
You're all I see. No matter what we may go through, ain't nothing like the feeling I get, honey, when I'm loving on you. Said you want a good woman. Ooh, well, here I am, baby. So you a good woman?
Absolutely. Without a question. Yes, absolutely.
What makes you think that? That's subjective.
What makes me know that?
Without a question, yes.
What'd you say?
What makes me know that?
Yeah, what makes you think you're a good woman?
What makes me know that?
Yeah.
It's everything, because people, I think a lot of folks get it confused. You ask a woman and say, okay, why are you a good woman? And the first thing they'll say is, oh, I cook, I clean, I work hard. Those are things that are given. You're supposed to do that just for you. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But for me, what makes you a good woman is like the inside of your heart. Like, how do you truly try to care and service people? Like, I'm truly a servant in my heart, with my heart. Like, everything I do, I serve. And so for me, it's not about being recognized. It's not about being acknowledged. It's not about being a singer. That's who I am. I was put
Yeah.
here to do that. And that's what I do. And I do it every single day. Like, to me, I wake up, it's sunshine. And I'm like, somebody gonna catch it today. So yeah, that's what it's, it's your spirit. It's everything about, doing the right thing as much as you can, whenever you can. Yeah.
And my thing is this right here. That's what I tell people, man. Good people attract good people.
Mhm.
Period.
Yeah.
So for me, it's all about how you treat people.
Yeah.
It's all about how you treat people outside of you. That makes
Mhm.
sense?
Yes, absolutely.
Because your qualities are your qualities, but
Mhm.
do they affect other people?
Right.
Do they affect other people? So that's one of my pet peeves is how people talk to people, how people
Mhm.
treat people. That's just
Mhm.
one of my pet peeves. And it's always been my pet peeve in the military. I tell
Yeah.
my soldiers, hey, look, who you talking to? Don't talk to that soldier like that. Don't do that.
Right. Right.
Because I just don't believe in just nonsense. I don't believe in
Mhm.
that. I believe
Mhm.
everybody should have a voice.
Absolutely.
I believe everybody should have a voice. And I believe people should be honest.
Yes.
I just believe in honesty. I mean,
Mhm.
sometimes you got to have uncomfortable conversations with people.
Mhm.
Because a lot of folks don't have boundaries. A lot of folks don't want to have boundaries.
Right.
And I just don't believe in that. I just don't believe in that, and I'm gonna go to my grave thinking that
Mhm.
you good people attract good people.
They do.
Period.
They do.
So the people around you,
Mhm.
it's something you put off that they attract, that's
Right.
attractive to them.
Mhm.
It might be anything. This
Mhm.
might be a conversation, might be the aura, might be you know, how you take charge. I mean, it just might be anything, but good people attract good people, you know.
That's right.
But so it's only bad people that stay away from good people.
Right. Yeah,
Because
you're right.
because the ideologies is totally different, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So bad people attract other bad people because they do the
Mm-hmm.
same BS,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But good people
Yeah.
that's of good standing, have morals, you know, have integrity, you know, those people attract each other, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So let me ask you about your camp. Who's
Yeah.
in your camp on your management? You have a management team together?
Well, no, I don't have a management team. No. So let's put that out there. There's no management team, but I do have a small team. Like I said, January 1st, I've been out here almost 10 years. But until about 3 months or so ago, it was just me doing everything.
Okay.
All of the marketing, all the promoting, all the singing, everything. And I prayed and I asked God to send me what I needed, because sometimes, because my heart is the way it is, I want to believe and see the best in people, but they don't have the best intentions for you.
That's right.
So I prayed for God to do a few things, to have anyone who was around me that didn't have good intentions to be exposed and removed. And he did that. And then I also had him to bring people, asked him to bring people who got the vision, who understood the mission and understood that it's more than just a paycheck, and it's about serving. And so he did that. And so I have a really small team. I have one young man, Omaris Lockhart, out of Butler, Georgia. He helps with the marketing and promoting. He also goes on the road. So he is what I call my right-hand man. So when I'm on the road, if I need something filmed, if I need something sold, he makes sure that, and he watches my back. And then I have Scott McClendon. He's out of Butler, Georgia as well. He does more of the street promotions, make sure the flyers get in the hands, the wristbands, you know, and goes throughout the Southeast at some of those events promoting that way. And then I have K. Smith, out of Birmingham. He's my videographer. He does all of the videos that you see here recently, and he does all of the filming for my documentary that I'm working on. And anywhere I need him to go, he's there to capture those moments, because, you know, a moment is just that. And you can miss a lot of them not having the right people in place. And so that's like the gist of it right now. Any phone calls and things like that that I need to have made, I have a young lady. Her name is Sahara. Now, she does manage the booking schedule. She's not a booking manager. And what she does is she makes sure nothing gets double booked. And she makes sure that if someone needs a contract and I'm busy, they can get it and they can get pricing from her. But that's all she does. She never goes on the road. She's not on social media. She's totally disconnected in that way, so she can focus on other things that she does. And other than that, I handle everything else. So yeah.
Okay, that's a good deal. So you're abreast of what's going on with your career.
Absolutely. You have to stay in tune and stay connected. And also you have to remind yourself of why you got started, because as your camp grows, people will start to look at their visions of what they want from you and through you. You know, and you have to be wise to, okay, why are you even here? Who sent you? You know what I'm saying? Because I get calls all the time and they're saying, I told you that was a hit. I'm like, I ain't never talked to you. I don't know you. I know you did.
Exactly.
So
People always want to, you know, take what's in you and put it in them. It don't work that way.
Right. No, it doesn't.
So you're a firm believer that relationships last longer than money.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because see, money is just a resource, and everything that you need, it doesn't even take money to get it. Like it's so many things that people don't understand. It's something about me. I turn down way more than I take. Like a lot of people call me with opportunities, or what they say are opportunities. And depending on how it's structured and who's doing it and who's connected, I won't align myself with any and everything, because I have spent a lot of time trying to build my brand. And I believe in respecting people. And if I find out that you've been disrespecting women, disrespecting these guys, disrespecting yourself in any manner, I don't want to deal with you. And see, the thing about me, though, because of how I am and the way that I do things, you won't even know why, you know. So when you call me and you say, hey, is that date available? No, I'm booked. Every time you call, I will be booked.
But
so I don't have to. Well, no. That is the truth. I am booked, not with you. You see what I'm saying? It's like that is the truth. And the point of it is, it's like you don't have to mistreat people to make a point. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you this question about Southern Soul females. Lady Q is on here. She's speaking to you.
Hey, look cute. She's
You
the
got a lot
bomb.
of
I
people on
love
here.
her.
K9, you got Siv, you got a lot of fans on here too. But
Okay,
Juana's on here, Chicken Wing. She supports all the shows and stuff. So
awesome.
so let me ask you this question right here. Who do you listen to in Southern Soul?
You mean like since
Southern
I've
Soul
been
artists,
out here?
male and female. Who do you
Well,
listen to?
honestly, this is what happened when I first came into this genre. I didn't even know this was a genre. I
Mm,
was thinking I was stepping over into blues, and I was told quickly, like, this ain't no blues. This is Southern soul. I'm like, what is that?
uh-huh.
Because coming from rap and R&B, I'm like, what is that? And so, quite honestly, what I did, I went on Google and I started looking up. I Googled Southern soul artists, and the first people who popped up were Miss Jody, Lacey, Karen Wolf, um, Nelly, Tiger Travis. And so I had never heard of them. I had heard
Uh-huh.
of Miss Jody through like my mom and those people, but I had never heard of them. So I started listening to their music and I'm like, okay, so I'm listening. I'm like, okay. And so that's where I started listening to Southern Soul and kind of got into like, I didn't even, because I came from the business side,
Yeah.
I didn't know like anything about being the artist. Like, I would watch them perform and I'm like, oh, why they doing that? Okay. Oh, all right. And I would pick
Uh-huh.
up little tidbits of things. And then when I started to meet them, like I was only about a year in when I started to meet them. The first two I met were Nelly and Lacey, and they were very welcoming. They gave me some great tips, and I even got permission from Nelly. I'm like, look, when you're not on shows, can I sing "Sexy Man"? Can I sing "Back It Up"? Because I
Uh-huh.
only had a couple of songs, so they even let me cover their songs. I mean, when I was on shows and promoters would try to be disrespectful, they would speak up. And it was just because, being much younger, coming into a game where you respect the people who came before you and that
Yeah.
are working right alongside you. And I still do the utmost respect for every woman and man in this game. But that's what I started out listening to, those ladies. And then here come Mr. Tucker James. I'm
Uh-huh.
like, what is this?
Eh,
So I'm like, okay. And
mhm.
so when I came across that, I was like, this is different. This ain't that, but this is. And so I started listening to that. My mom and her crew were already on like Sir Charles and Mel Waiters and those people because, of course, they're older and they had been around a longer time. But when
Mhm.
I came across like Tucker and those guys that were doing their thing, and they look like rappers. They look like the guys I was representing on the rap side, but they were singing like this. And so I'm
Yeah.
like, this is different. And so early on when I came out, I ended up actually linking up with him and Cliff and his manager. And I mean, that's who I started listening to. And as I got into being Miss Lady Blues, I tuned everybody out.
Yeah.
And to this day, people are like, did you hear that new such and such song? I'm like, when they dropped it, they like, girl, what rock you been under? I'm like, my rock,
Uh-huh.
because what I don't want to have happen is that if I listen to things, it kind of gets down in my spirit. And I'm like, I don't want to hear when I'm doing this song, I don't want to hear that in the background,
Yeah.
and even when I do my songs, if you listen to a Miss Lady Blues song, you're hardly ever going to say, oh, this sounds just like what went off. It's not a remix of the last song. It's totally
Yes.
different because
Okay.
I produce a lot of my stuff too, or co-produce a lot of my stuff. So people may not know that either. I hear the music in my head, and then my producer Ron G. Suggs down there in Mobile, Alabama, usually he could tap it right out of my head.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, speaking of Tucker, Tucker speaks highly of you.
yeah. That's
He
my big bro.
Yeah, he speaks highly of you. Then you used to work with open for Tucker?
I did.
Mhm.
And so when I first came out, like I said, when I came across him and some of the other ones, Pokey, he was out there with us too a lot.
Okay.
Cliff, which is Tucker's manager, and he worked with him really heavily. And I talked to Cliff, and I was like, "Look, I'm just getting started. I want some experience. I want to get out here. I'm like, can you definitely help me? Like, I don't want you to manage me. I just want you to, help me get out here,
Yeah.
baby. I see. I got to talk the talk." And so
Yeah.
he talked to him, and
Uh-huh.
we worked it out. And oh my gosh, it was the best experience ever. I was out there with them for a couple of years. His mother,
Okay.
my mother, like it was a family,
Yeah.
affair. We did a great, run. So yeah,
Okay. That's a
nothing but
good deal.
love.
So you say you got a lot of songs. How many holiday songs you have?
Really? We gonna go
Yeah.
there?
Yeah.
two covers. I have two cover holiday songs, two covers, which is Merry Christmas Baby and Jingle Bell Rock. And you ain't finna ask me why I don't have no Christmas song. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm working on that. I've been working on that for 10 years. This gonna be the year. I've been working on that for 10 years. I almost got it. I'm almost done with it.
You ever done with it? Okay.
Yeah, I got a few more oohs and ahs, and it's gonna be right.
So,
Yeah.
so what about you said you got two cover songs, right? So how do you feel about covers at shows?
What?
At shows.
Okay, at shows. Okay, so covers at shows are okay, in my opinion. However, you have to use them sparingly, I feel.
Okay.
If you're going to use a cover like with me, even being out here almost 10 years, everybody doesn't know me. You see what I'm saying? And so I can't go into an arena or go into a festival and I'm like, I'm about to do all my songs. They don't know you, chick.
Yeah.
They need to warm up to who you are, who they can kind of put you in the mind of, or, you know, you can put them in the mind of. And so I always, in an unfamiliar territory, will have at least one cover.
Yeah.
I'm never going to do over two most of the time because I have a lot of music.
What's the go-to cover?
The go-to for me?
Yeah.
Oh shoot, Betty Wright, Tonight Is the Night. Like I'm going in. Like, you know, that's because my mom knew that's who they played. They played her and all of those people, Marvin Gaye and those people. So I'm very comfortable with, I liked her stories, I liked her voice, and I just love it. I don't know. Because I know there's nowhere I go in Southern Soul with the age groups that we entertain for who don't know that. Even my daughter's a teenager, she's like, she know that. So yeah.
Hey, look, DJ Kenny Ken said Miss Lady Blues like the Lone Ranger when it comes to the math. So she came by the house. Look, he said she came by the house. We showed her we was vaccinated. And she still didn't take the damn mask off.
Sure did. I met Mama in the mask. I met everybody in the mask, baby.
Yeah. Wow. So let me ask you this right here. Heard you wrote a book.
Yes. What absolutely. Okay, so the book is on Amazon, y'all. It's called The Power of Right Now, Breaking the Chains. I wrote that book when I told you I thought I was going to die during COVID. I was actually serious. I did think I was going to clock out. And as a matter of fact, most days I wanted to die. I felt like that. It was just so bad. But I prayed about that too. And I was like, it's got to be something else for me to do. And I was like, well, if I do die, I want to leave something so people would be able to understand who I was, who I am, and how I ended up in this place or whatever. And so I wrote that book and basically that book, the reason it has a subtitle of Breaking the Chains, a lot of times the things that we want to have as a secret are the things that are holding us back from being our best self. Because you got to think about it as a kid. If your brother's like, I'm going to tell mom you was cursing. I was the kid where, first of all, I'm going to kick your beat. And I'm about to go tell her I just cursed, take a beat, and I'm not going to cry. And now we're going to do this again. So I always believed in kind of exposing yourself. Like, if I tell you, and I don't mean to be crazy on this live, but if I tell you today, y'all, guess what? I'm a prostitute. I had me 4 dudes last night, rotated them like ties. Then I snorted some powder, popped some pills, drank some wine. Nobody cares because I said it. But if I let you tell my story and I'm trying to keep it a secret and I'm trying to be cute and like, I don't want nobody to know I'm out here like that, everybody gonna make a big deal out of it. And so my thing in that book about exposing myself is like, yeah, we've all done some things that we are not proud of. But in order to move past those things, for one, you have to admit to yourself that you were wrong. Number 2, you have to also be willing to share some of those dark things with people so that you can be a light for them. Because some people are dealing with the same transition and decision that you came to, like that fork in the road, and they can make a better decision by knowing how you handled it, how you got on the other side. And you just human. And I'm like, so what? Is nothing that you have done to date that you can't bounce back from, but you have to be willing to put yourself out there. And so I talked about being raped. I talked about being sexually abused as a kid. I talked about toxic relationships. I mean, I talked about everything that ever made me feel like I had to be a victim or had to be in a shell and deal with depression and anxiety privately, because it wasn't a private deal. Because after it gets so bad, then people start to notice like something ain't quite right over there, you know? So
Okay. Okay. So have you formed a relationship with anybody on here on the Southern Soul side? A professional relationship with, or you just solo with your team?
Well, I guess that would depend on what do you determine. What do you mean by a relationship though? Because
Like,
I do
I'm
have
a
many.
professional relationship where you can pick up the phone and say, hey, I'm stuck with this song, or hey, I'm trying to get in this area. I mean, anything dealing with music on a
Yes,
professional side.
absolutely. I have quite a few relationships with people because when I first started out, Team Airplay, Mike Austin was very key in helping me. He put me on a lot of different shows with Calvin Richardson, with Lacey, with all of the people who were already thriving, and he did radio promotions for me and things like that. So I started really with him the first couple of years that I came out. Him just kind of positioning me and putting me in certain places. But then
Mhm.
after that, I built my own relationships. Anytime someone would turn me on to a different area or tell me about a promoter, I never let people speak for me. I had to talk to the person
Yeah.
because I wanted them to understand I am a person. Yes, we can do business, but we need to be people first. And,
Hmm.
and that I want to respect you and I want you to respect me. And this is what I can do, over there if you're willing to give me the shot. And so I've built some really, really strong relationships. But
Hmm.
even with having those relationships, depending on what your goals are,
Hmm.
sometimes you keep those people in your back pocket for when you need them because it's
Gotcha.
not that you always call and saying what you got for me. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You have to
What's the
be
name of
willing
your
to
book
work.
again? Somebody want to know what's the name of your book again?
It's called The Power of Right Now, Breaking the
Mhm.
Chains, and it's
Okay.
on Amazon.
Somebody put that in the feed line for me.
Yep, The Power of Right Now, Breaking the Chains.
Yeah.
And it's
Okay.
under
So
my government name. It's under Keisha. Kesha Boyd.
Keisha Vet,
Boyd.
ain't it Keisha
Don't say
Vet
no
Boyd?
bet. No, Keisha. Kesha Boyd. Boyd. Don't be
Okay.
trying
I
to put
thought I
my whole
saw. I
name
thought
out
I
there.
didn't
Don't
I
do that.
see.
Nope.
Huh?
You ain't see nothing.
I,
Stevie
I, I
Wonder,
thought I
Ray
saw Keisha.
Charles, Ray
I thought I
Charles,
saw Keisha Vet
Ray,
Boyd on
Ray
something.
Charles, Ray Charles.
I
Don't
saw
do
Vet on
that.
something.
You ain't seen that.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna go back and look.
Don't do
So,
that.
so also, I've heard why that you're a businesswoman.
Yes,
What type of
absolutely.
what type of business do you have?
Well, currently I have a trucking company. It's called KYB Trucking. That's my initials, Keisha Yvette Boyd, KYB Trucking.
I know I saw
Um,
Vet somewhere.
yeah,
Don't play
be
with
quiet,
me.
be quiet. Yeah. So I have a trucking company. Those are my babies. I love those trucks. I love the fellows who run those trucks day to day. It's truly a blessing. I love everything about trucking, the logistics,
Okay, so
riding
hold
in a
on.
big
Pause
truck.
for 1 second. So
Yeah.
you say you love those fellas. So you think it's right for a woman to tell a man what to do?
First of all, I don't believe that anyone tells anyone what to do.
Uh-huh.
You can give people instructions. You can give them the guide. They can follow the guide, or not.
So you,
So
you think
yeah.
it's right for a woman to be giving a man instructions?
Okay, so tell me this. If
What?
you get lost and you turn on your map quest, when she talking, do you listen to her? When she
I
telling you
got a
where to
man
go?
on my map quest.
You got issues. That ain't nobody but you. That's you. You got issues.
So
Trust me,
so
but
you,
these guys, let me tell you something though. If
yeah.
you talk to the guys who work with me on everything, in all honesty, they love me. Their wives love me because I treat them like no one else ever has or ever will. And that's what I do in my relationships. I find the gap, I find what's missing, and I plug the gap. And my thing is, who's going to ever tell you stop treating me that good? Don't be good to me.
Yeah,
Nobody. And so
exactly.
what I did is before I got into the business, I did a lot of surveying guys at different truck stops around the country, talking to them and asking why the high turnover rate and what makes you happy, what makes you not want to continue with a company. And I did my research and
Mhm.
everything they weren't doing, I started doing. So I got them. I'm good.
You
Yeah,
got him?
got them. Yeah.
Okay. So
Lot,
how long have you had your trucking business?
almost 3 years now, but I've been
Okay.
in the business for about 8 years. My partner, I went under his wing for about 5 years, learned the logistics,
Yeah.
learned, everything about the different types of freight and things like that. Because I believe in order for you to be successful, you need to know the ins and outs of everything you're doing in order to be able to jump in there when you need to and get
Yeah,
things
you have
done.
to be a follower. How can you?
Right.
I tell people all the time, how can you just jump down somewhere and think you're gonna lead somebody when you don't know what the hell you're talking about?
Absolutely.
You have
Yeah.
experienced nothing, but
Hmm.
you want to be a leader. No, you have to
Right.
follow before you lead,
No,
so
you
you can
have to be
learn
able to
what you
follow
need
and
to
serve.
learn.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
you can't
Follow and
teach what
serve.
you don't know. You
No,
can't
you
teach what
don't.
you don't know.
No, you can't.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. You can't,
Absolutely.
I tell people all the time. I say, okay, well, who in charge? Well, I guess I am. Okay, well, you guess. Are you or are you not? What are you talking
Right.
about? You
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah,
I don't you been in
absolutely.
the military too. You ain't in charge of nothing. Give me somebody with some seniority. You ain't in charge of nothing. Been in no damn military no 1 or 2
Yeah,
years. You
because
ain't charged.
you gonna be mean to the folks anyway. You gotta jump on them a little bit. You know how
Whatever.
you do. Yeah,
What? Look, that just like me walking to a restaurant. So who the manager? Some 17-year-old kid tell me, "You the manager? Really?"
yeah,
I mean, I would look at him like, oh, okay, are you the real manager? And
right.
it is some managers that's 17, 18, and 19 years old. I don't
Absolutely.
disrespect them, but cause come on now, if you own a trucking company and you 21 and you say I own
Yeah,
it, I'm like, oh, okay, that is outstanding. That is
yeah,
amazing. Because I
yeah,
love seeing us do stuff.
yeah,
I love that. But a lot of us don't see it that way.
right.
And it's shameful to say it. A lot of us don't see it that way. A lot of us see that somebody else's successes should be theirs. It's not your
Yeah.
turn.
No,
It's,
I believe that everybody has a season, and it's okay to celebrate people wherever they are.
yeah,
If they're not in that season, or if they are, because one thing about it, anything that you have is for you. It
that's
was
right.
never mine, and anything that I have that you're able to take, it wasn't mine either. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? So
exactly.
that's just how I look at life in general. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's okay to celebrate people even if your season hasn't started. It's
yeah,
okay. Yeah.
yeah. So let me ask you this question right here. Okay, let's talk about the weight loss.
Yeah.
Let's talk
Yeah.
about the weight loss. Now I heard you
Okay.
lost like 900 pounds. Is that true
Shut
or
your
what?
face. No, I did not. I lost about 80, 81. Yeah, yeah. I
You
got
lost
some
81
shoulders now,
pounds?
y'all. Huh?
You lost
I got
81
some
pounds?
I got some shoulders now. Huh?
You lost 81 pounds? Seriously?
About 81 pounds because I was I'm 5'5". I was about 200 and almost 40 pounds. So yeah.
Uh-huh.
I lost a lot of weight. And people were even asking folks who do know me personally, like,
Yeah.
when did Miss Labels get her surgery? When did she, it wasn't surgery. It was, what is my treadmill? I think it's Winslow, whatever my treadmill is Winslow or whatever his name is. I
Uh-huh.
mean, we had to
So
sweat
you
it
put in the
out. And
work. You put in the
yeah,
work.
put
Yeah.
into work like 7 days a week, 2 hours a day. That's what I was doing because I was determined. And that was something that came from COVID too, though,
Yeah.
because when I came out of it, I made a commitment to myself. I said, you have to change. You have to do something that's going to put you in a better space mentally. You
Yeah.
have to focus on your health because I have family members who suffer from diabetes, high cholesterol. They've had strokes. They've had heart attacks. Some of them have had limbs amputated. And I'm like, this stops. Like right now, this is
Yeah.
too much. And I didn't have health issues according to blood work and so forth. But if I continued on that path, it was, only a matter of time that you're going to follow suit with them. And I had too many reasons to live, too many people that I feel like I was put here to inspire and empower that they can do better because it's different. Like even when I started seeking out a trainer a few months ago to kind of finish up what I started, because I still want to lose a little more and
Uh-huh.
tighten up and strength train. But when I started looking at trainers and I see a trainer and he's 400 pounds telling me he's going to tell me how to get fit, I'm
Yeah.
like, no, you're not. That's not going to work. So
Yeah.
it's like I put myself on the line so that when people see me before and then they see me now and it gives them courage to say, well, dang, she didn't let these people cut on her. She didn't drink any tea. She didn't
Mhm.
pop any pills. She didn't do any of that. I stopped eating pasta, rice, and all of this starch and things like that, fried foods and things that we love to eat. It was an investment, not a sacrifice. It was an investment in myself.
So
And
you
so
don't
I
eat no
started,
fried chicken?
no, sir, absolutely not.
You eat
No.
only baked chicken.
Well, I don't really like chicken like that, but if I have to eat it, I'll eat skinless, boneless chicken breast baked, and I'll cut it up in little pieces, and I'll try to hold my breath and eat it. I don't like chicken like that. I never did,
Yeah.
but my trainer says I need protein, so sometimes I will eat that versus the shrimp and fish that I've elected to eat. But
You
yeah,
you, you like steak, don't you?
I do not. I don't eat steak.
You don't eat
Never
steak. You don't
have.
eat red meat?
No, never have. I don't
No.
eat pork
So
either.
what do you eat? What do you eat? You're not a
I eat
vegan.
shrimp. I eat shrimp. I
Okay.
love shrimp. What was
Uh-huh.
that movie? Shrimp. Any kind of way, shrimp.
Yeah,
I
yeah. Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump. Yeah. So I love shrimp.
Okay.
I love seafood.
Uh-huh.
I do a lot of vegetables now. I didn't
Okay.
like before I started this journey. I never ate vegetables, but I
Uh-huh.
love broccoli, asparagus, kale. I love all of that now
Yeah.
because of the lifestyle change. And
Yeah.
it's good to me.
What
Yeah.
about cheeseburger?
No, sir. And I mean, I'm not gonna say I won't.
Yeah.
Occasionally, maybe once every 2, 3 months. But it makes my stomach hurt now. Like when you stop
Really?
eating something for a
Yeah.
long time,
Uh-huh.
and you eat it again, it's like it's not the same. Your body is like, what is this? It's
Yeah.
not the same. Yeah.
Wow, that's mind control, because I know I can't stop eating like Kenny Ken said. Well, they exclude him. You gotta have them wings. You gotta
All
have them
right,
chicken
yeah,
wings.
no, we good on that. And every now and then, some stuff I will try. People like taste this, and I'm like, and I'll taste it, and I'm not on a diet. That's another thing. People
Yeah.
like, man, your diet crazy. I'm like, it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. And
Yeah.
actually, I eat whatever I want. I just pay for it. Like some people don't want to put the sweat equity in. Like
Yeah.
when I was really going hard, I'll be
Uh-huh.
like, I'm eating this 500 calorie piece of cake today. I'm about to
Eh,
sweat for 3 hours. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
And so that's what I would do. It's
wow.
just about how bad do you want it. And I
Hmm.
just don't ever want to go back to that feeling, back to that look, wearing them big moo shirts and
Hmm.
trying to hide these rolls here and tuck this there. I don't want to do
Yeah.
that anymore.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So look, so people on here say they want to see you, hear your vocals. You ready for that? Do you have to take the mask off to sing?
I don't have to take the mask off to do nothing.
Okay.
So they want to heal or something.
Hey, well, sing something.
That probably ain't saying that. See, I can't see the comments. You be saying that stuff. I know it's you talking that noise. But what I'm gonna do since you putting them in the loop and you telling tales on them, I'm
Uh,
gonna do that good woman since that's the one that's like moving
okay.
and shaking. So I do a
Okay.
little piece of that, okay?
All right. Let's go.
All right. You said you want a good woman. Ooh, well here I am, baby. As long as you do right by me, I'll forever be your lady. Yeah, so yeah,
So you got
like
you got you
when I
got to
come
do all
out, I'll be like, it's Miss Lady Blue coming to kick it with you. Don't get me started up here. I go
Okay.
church.
I
I
heard
gotta
you
book
got an
my
awesome
service.
stage presence. I heard you got an awesome stage presence.
I try to. I just be winging it. I be like, let me tell y'all what I do for real though.
What?
I'll be in my bedroom in my mirror and I'll be like, tonight I'm gonna be like this. My baby like, don't do that move. I'm like, I'm totally gonna do that move. Man. And I'm telling you, some of it be so still, but I be telling people, I do a disclaimer and I tell them, I ain't no dancer. I ain't even professing to be no singer. I'm gonna do what I do. If you
Yeah.
love it, fine. If you don't, it's still gonna be fine because I'm gonna keep doing it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So you don't
But
be
no.
twerking or nothing?
No, I don't twerk. Now that's something. Well, hold up. I do twerk at home. I don't. I put on. My brother. He used to think he was a DJ. My older brother thought he was a DJ, and he came up during the booty shake era. So the
Uh-huh.
songs he wasn't supposed to be listening to.
Yeah.
So now I put them songs on and I'll be in there like I'm at the club and I'll be
Uh-huh.
looking around like, hope nobody don't see me. And then I do it again. So yeah, y'all ain't gonna ever see them moves. Yeah,
Wow.
that's for the house.
Wow. Talk a little bit
Yeah.
about the Lady Blues tour.
Okay, yes. So I have a Good Woman meet and greet tour starting in January. Now, what that is on Fridays and Saturdays, every single Friday and Saturday in the year of 2023 that I'm not booked for a major event, I will be at a club near you somewhere. So if anybody's on this live and you know somebody who owns a club or you own a club or you want me at the club, let me know because I'm taking dates for this Good Woman meet and greet tour. And it's not like a regular show. What I do on this meet and greet tour is I do 3 songs. I come in and meet the DJ, make sure he has all of the music, meet the club owner and love on the supporters, take pictures with them and bring this Miss Lady Blues gear to them and, make sure they have a good experience. And so if they do have bigger events and they do want to entertain the thought of having me for something else, they can consider that. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's what's going on
Okay.
with that.
So
Mhm.
do you do promos?
I do actually, and that's considered for me. This meet and greet tour is in the same vein for me as a promo because example, and this is just an example. If you're charging $1,000 for a regular show, so nobody knows you at this club, nobody knows you in this city. You know what I'm saying? And you're not trying to really take all of your resources just to move around the way you're going to need to move around. So you make a deal with that club owner and say, hey, I'll give you a discounted rate. Just say it's $400, but he never charges. But this night, because you hear he charged $500 and he holds 200-300 people, he's going to make his money and he's going to get the alcohol and then
Yeah.
you're going to get the exposure. So that's what I consider to be promo. And there are also some other things that are considered to be promo for me too. I have some people who are in very high places who have access to very big stages where you're going to be entertaining 50,000 people,
Yeah.
40,000. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about a spring fling type of deal. I'm talking
Yeah.
about, A-list artists who are already mainstream. And I'm not disrespecting anyone in our genre, but
Yeah.
what I'm saying on that level, when they're saying you're opening up for the Beyoncé's or, the
Yeah.
lineup on alone knows, and they saying, look, we ain't paying you, but we'll let you get up here.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You see what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
I have some people that say, I've been doing this too long to do promo. Your life is a promo because every day you wake up, you should be telling everyone who doesn't know you who you are. And nobody's paying you to do that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that's being active and promoting yourself. But then they have
Mhm.
to think about it. Even the biggest artists, like the one I just named, the Rihannas and all of them, what do you think Super Bowl is? They don't get paid for that. That's promo. You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So it's
Yeah. Mhm.
perspective. You just have to know what you're doing and how you want to grow. Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what though? I have this conversation with them new artists too. And like I say, man, I try to understand their mindset, but I can never understand their mindset because
Right.
if you're a new artist, nobody's never heard of you. And say if I got a Tucker or or a Calvin Richardson or a Sir
Right.
Charles, one of these, I got them on the show and I said, okay, well, hey, look, I can give you some gas money to get your hotel. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
anything about you. You're not gonna put no asses in the seat, but I'm gonna put you in
Mm-hmm.
front of 500-600 people, maybe 1,000 people.
Right.
They got a problem with that. They said, no, how did you get paid? Okay, so if you're a business person and you got a good product, you
Mm-hmm.
bring your product, you bring your
Right.
CDs, you bring your shirts, you bring that type
Right.
of stuff so you can sell it. I mean, every
Yes.
time Karen Wolf come in, she sell out
Yeah.
all her stuff because she
Right.
got good music. She got good
Yeah.
music. So
Mm-hmm.
when they say, well, no, that's okay, to me, that's telling me that you're not confident in your music. You just want a payday.
Mm-hmm.
To me
Yeah.
as a promoter,
Well, you
that's what
you
tell
you
me because
definitely have to invest in yourself, and that's part of it. I always leave home with the bank, and I call my merchandise the bank, and I know how much I got in the bank. So
yeah,
if I take the bank with me, even if I come back with the whole bank, I have something of value
yeah,
because somebody gonna get served somewhere,
yeah,
and depending on where you're going, a lot of people are in different areas as far as their finances and things like that. You have to look at
mhm,
the time of the month, the areas that you go to. Being in the chilling circuit in different areas throughout the Southeast, everyone doesn't have the same advantage as far as the finances are concerned. So you can go to a show where you may not have gotten paid what you think you should have gotten paid. But a lot of times, though, especially now, I know with me, the way I do things, I take pre-orders. I mean, you got to be very crafty and very forward thinking when it comes to reaching people because right now the internet allows you to touch any and everybody you ever could have imagined touching. You just have
yeah.
to be creative in how you do it, Yeah,
Yeah,
because
but
when I started my Good Woman
a lot of
t-shirts,
those
I
folks live
sold
in
out.
Guam, Hong Kong, China, all
Yeah.
kind of places. So they figured they got 500 likes. Hell, 450 of them in China.
Well, my thing is, hold up now. I was just talking to somebody about this other day. I really don't watch no likes, no, because I mean, this
Yeah,
is so funny. I don't care about the likes, I don't care about the hearts and all of that stuff. It's like, does it translate into a relationship? Does it translate into us doing something,
uh,
that goes beyond just a click? You want engagement for me, and that's why I don't call anyone a fan. I always refer to them as supporters because it doesn't take much for you to scroll and look at something and click a button. But what I look at is that it doesn't cost you either to hit that share. You see what I'm
yeah,
saying? When you
yeah,
share or you saying, have you heard of her? Have you heard this song? That to me means more than you giving me any dollar for any
exactly.
merchandise because it's going to carry me much further and it's going to make me get into a position where I can continue to service you and
Yeah.
get you what you want to hear.
You know what I
Yeah.
tell but you know what I tell the fans? I call them fans. I call them consumers. I call them all that.
Yeah.
I tell them this. Anytime you guys go on a post or somebody's live and you
Hmm.
speak to them, and they can't even say hi. They can't
Yeah.
even because what I do is every podcast I go back through. I go back
Okay.
through and I look at all the comments.
Okay.
I thank people for coming to my podcast. People
Okay.
send me stars. I thank them for that. Because I
Okay.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
But if these people so high on their horse, they can't even say hi or even click like or
Yeah.
say thank y'all or whatever, then those are the ones you don't need to be supporting anyway. because
Right, absolutely. And see,
yeah,
like even now to now, I feel like I'm in the dark because you can see things I can't see
yeah.
because when
You
I'm
got people
on
who are engaging. Yeah,
yeah, but see when I'm on my lives and stuff
yeah,
like that on my page, I'm shouting them out as they come in as I see them, and I'm
yeah,
always letting them know that I love and appreciate them. And I'm not just saying it; I do it
yeah.
in my actions
Uh-huh.
because they're the only reason that we get to do what we love to do. And I tell
Yeah.
people, even at the shows, be very respectful of the people who come out and support us because
Uh-huh.
if it's not for them, a lot of them go to jobs they hate to go to every single
Uh-huh.
day in order for us to do what we love to do. And so I never forget that. And I'm never going to forget that. No matter how far God takes me, I'm going to remember why I started, where I started, and how
Yeah.
it could always end in a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And that's
yeah,
good. That's good. You engage with your supporters.
yeah,
That's
I do.
good. You engage with them, man. Because
I do.
I tell people all the time, it's about the artists and the fans with K Young
Yeah.
Production. It's about
Hmm.
the artists and the fans. Everybody else is a distant second to me
Yeah. Yeah.
because I can't do a show. I can do a show, but I can do it for free if nobody supports it. Fans don't come. I
Right.
can't do a show without an artist. I need an
Yeah.
artist, to work hand in hand with me to put on the show for the fans, for the consumers.
Hmm.
And what I do too is I listen to the consumers. I listen to the
Yeah.
customers. I
You should.
listen because
You
those are the
should.
ones that's paying the bills. They paying for the building.
Absolutely.
They paying the artists. They paying everything. So I listen.
Absolutely.
I listen to them, man. Now, are you promoter friendly?
I am actually. I love dealing with the promoters because most of them that I deal with, all of them, well, all of them, with the exception of a couple of them, are guys.
Uh-huh.
And I've always been very good with guys, all because they're easy. For me, they're very easy
Uh-huh.
because they don't require a lot. They don't have the drama. They know what they want to do. They know when they want to do it. And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? They already
Mhm.
have set in their mind what they want to do. And so, even down to negotiating, as an artist, like there's no set thing with me. Yes, I have a baseline that say, okay, this is what I want to hit right here. But
Mhm.
depending on what's going on and how it needs to be worked, we're going to talk. And so
Yeah.
they love that. And I'm always respectful. Like when I come, I have everything I need. I don't ask them for anything outside of what we've discussed. They don't hear from me. Like once we do sound check or we do what we need to do, I'm easy breezy. I'm in and out. I love
Yeah.
on the people and I'm out,
So
no
so
complications.
so do you take your team with you when you go to shows?
I do. I do. I take at least one. I'm always
Okay.
going to have one now because I traveled for all those years by myself. And I know when I was with Cliff and them, I wouldn't even stay at the same hotels with them. And he'd be like, lady, you need somebody over there to look after you. I'm like, no, I don't. I got this. So
You
I
okay?
just,
You okay? What you talking about? You ain't bad. What you talking about?
hold up. Let me tell you something. I
What?
don't have to be bad, but long as I got King Jesus, I don't need nobody. No, don't tell me what he won't do every
Okay.
time. He got my back.
Okay.
So
All right. So when you do go that route, do
yeah,
you allow promoters to book your room or you book your own room? You do all that.
never, never. I never even started that. When I came out the gate, it was like, no, I got this. We're gonna do an all-in deal. I'll take care of my own details. You don't know how I like to do me, and it's respectful of it. I know you're gonna say, well, we're gonna put y'all in the hotel together. No, you're not,
Yeah.
because a lot of times people don't think about their safety. And I've warned some of the guys that I travel with too.
Yeah.
I was like, look, some of y'all are getting paid money. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm the
Cash.
promoter, yeah,
Yeah.
but if I'm the promoter and I put you over there at ABC Hotel and I just gave you 10 racks, I'm like, hey, bud, I'm gonna need you to go get my 10 back now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm
Yeah.
not saying that could happen, but anything could go down
Yeah.
because it doesn't have to necessarily be the promoter, but it can be people in their camp saying, Buddy just got paid, and so it kind of puts you in danger. And so even with me now, like if I have a balance owed, you can't pay me in cash. That's not an option.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Hold up. They can't pay you. What they got to pay you with a check?
Well, see, I have a few ways. They have three ways they can pay me. They can pay me through Zelle, Cash App, or I can invoice them where they can
Okay.
use a credit card on site.
Okay.
But see, that's in
Okay.
the contract. All of it's in the
Yeah.
contract, so they can prepare for that. Yeah.
Okay. That's good
Hmm.
deal. That's good deal that you actually think about your safety because
Absolutely.
there is some no earthly people, good people on this earth. They no
Yeah.
earthly good. And
Yeah.
I've seen, a matter of fact, when Calvin Richardson came here, Calvin Richardson came to my house. He came over here with the sheriffs and everything. They followed him over here.
Wow.
Because
Yeah.
Calvin Richardson paid for his security. I mean, he got security
Yeah.
with him,
Yeah.
but he engaged the local people
Yes.
be involved. You know, because
That's great.
yeah, you got real police officers right there.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, you got
You
real
need
police officers
that,
right there.
especially when you get to that level where people do recognize who you are. I don't blame him for being cautious or anybody. You know, some people be like, "Are you doing too much?" No, there's no such thing
Yeah, that's what
because
they say.
yeah, but
Yeah,
so it's so much going on. They wouldn't understand that lifestyle unless you in that lifestyle and you have to deal with it. You know, it's very disrespectful to judge. Don't do that.
yeah.
We're out here just trying to work, but sometimes you can become a target, you know, unknowingly, and you need somebody to have your back. Yeah.
Hmm. So,
hmm
let's talk about producers. Do you use any one producer? Or do you work with a lot of them?
No, I work with several producers only because, well, let me say this. Ronald G. Suggs Jr. out of
Uh-huh.
Mobile, Alabama is my A1 guy from the beginning because we started out working together when I only had one song. And
Uh-huh.
so most of what I've done is with him. But I'll work with any producer. I work with several producers. I mean, Big Awesome Bo out of Dallas, Texas, Tony T in the building out of Mississippi, Dexter Allen out of Mississippi. I mean, there's so many of them. Donovan Scott.
What about shout out to D4?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've worked with him. I've worked with a lot of them. I'm telling you, like, it's so many that
Yeah,
I've worked with, and I work with any of them if what they are doing and what I'm trying to do matches.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Okay. That's a good deal. So let me ask you about your prices. Do you negotiate your price? Or is it one size fit all? Like if you come to Texas or
yeah.
if you go to Louisiana, Georgia, all that, do you sit down and say, no, I haven't been this place, so I can get this certain price here? I mean, do you are you flexible?
The price is set. The price is set based on um a few things because it is all in. And
Okay.
I'm always considering the fact that Texas, I'm never driving to Texas ever again in life. I
Uh-huh.
drove to Texas so many days and months when I first came out by myself when I was still working a 60 and 70-hour a week job doing claims and stuff. And it's like there was too much on my body. I'm not ever doing that again. It didn't make sense and it doesn't make sense now. But everything has been built into a place where it's like when I look at what's going on in the industry, I took into account where I have been for the past several years at that same price. You see what
Uh-huh.
I'm saying? To where in some cases I've actually lost money, you know, and still was doing and doing. Like they talk about paying dues. Yeah, I paid some dues, you know, and I'm not saying I still don't have something to pay because I feel like until you have no breath left, you got
Yeah.
dues to pay in
Yeah.
some manner. And so I set the price to where no matter how well Good Woman does and all of the songs that come after it and that came before it, because I mean, I'm just telling y'all, I can't tell y'all, but I'm just telling y'all, it's some great things that are in store for 2023. I just know. I don't know why I know, but I do know.
There
And
you go.
so, even as big as that stuff gets, I'm not going to do what these other artists do. And I'm not knocking anybody. You know, I go from $500 today to 28,000 million trillion tomorrow. I'm not doing that
Yeah.
because I'm very mindful that there are other artists out here who deserve to be on that stage. It's very disrespectful for anyone to say that one person is worth the whole budget and everybody else just better be happy to be on that stage with them. No, that's not right. You know, and you make the decision and you even get with that artist and say, you know, you good, but come on, bro. Come on, sir. You know, like let's be, you know, fair about this. And so you can't make people have those discussions, and I'm okay with that. But the price that I have set is going to stay set now. Is it flexible? Absolutely, depending on what's going on and who I have a relationship with. Because
Yeah.
there's some people that I have a relationship with and they know they can get it. They like, look, hey, sis. And it's not a sis thing, but it's a respect thing because they've done so much to where I can't pay them back. You know what I'm saying? And the
Yeah.
way I can repay them is to say, look, you know, you get last year price. You don't get, you know, but I can say the price that I'm set with in 2023 is fair. You
Yeah.
know, with the flights and the hotel and the things that you have to do, you know, you still barely getting paid, but you can be happy that you get to go and service the people and they can see you and they can still afford the tickets. Like
Yeah.
that's not fair to them either. You got to make them pay $100 because, you know, you're trying to have these huge budgets to cover the artist. So yeah.
Especially when they pay that amount and the artists suck. You know, I mean they and you pay, you know, $100, $150, $200, $90, and you get and some of the artists suck on the stage. I mean, I think that's just horrible. I think it's
Well,
horrible. And I
uh,
mean, it's just me. That's just my personal opinion as a promoter. You know,
well,
everybody's not gonna
yeah,
like everybody, but if you ask for a certain amount of money, you know,
Yeah.
then I think you should put your best foot forward.
Well,
I think
you were right. Well, yeah, you're
you should look,
absolutely right. Yeah,
but when
and
I
I
see,
believe
but when I
I
go through
believe
and
in
see,
quality.
yeah, but I go through and see, certain artists do better shows than these other shows, depending on where they at. I think that's dishonorable to me, because you could have did a better show at all the places because your
Hmm.
music is still your music.
Yeah.
That's just my take on. That's just my take, and I will have a long discussion about that, because I
Yeah.
don't like no piss poor
Yeah.
performances. I hate that,
Right.
especially when I know what you're capable of. I know
Yeah.
what you're capable of,
Right.
So, but
Well,
a
yeah.
lot of people, a lot of artists get discouraged because when they ask for a certain amount of money, in Alabama, Mississippi, and all these places, okay, fine. But when you come to places like Texas and other places where people still know you, but they don't really know you.
Yeah.
You don't have a big crowd like that, so you're not as
In
joyful.
demand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not as joyful when you're on that stage, when you're sitting in front of 200 people when it should be 1,000 people there.
Well, no, and see now one thing about that, I will tell you this.
Yeah.
From the first moment I came out, there was a commitment, and there's always going to be a commitment. You're never going to be able to determine who comes out to support a show.
Exactly.
But I tell you one thing, if it's two of us or if it's 2,000 of us, you're getting the same wham, bam, thank you, man. Yes. I mean, you're going to have a good time by, like they said, by my damn self or whatever the song say.
Yeah.
Like, we just gonna do it. And you can turn your phone on live and we have 30 people on your live. They can party from over there and we can party over here.
Yeah.
But I'm never going to act as if they don't matter because they didn't come out in droves. That has nothing to do with anything, know.
That's good. You're gonna be in business for a long time because you definitely have the pulse of your supporters. You have the pulse of looking at the comments. You definitely have the pulse of the. I just wish that it's just wishful thinking. I just wish everybody thought that way, but a lot of people don't think that way. They don't.
And it's a learning process too, though, because everybody get it at a different time, and some people never get it, but it's okay because one thing about it, the world will let you know when you're not doing the right thing, and the world will let you know when they're not pleased. Like the people who are speaking up and who are spending their money will say, "No, don't bring that person back. We'd rather have this person." And so, if the promoters, like you were saying, you listen to the supporters, if they would listen closely to the supporters out there, they'll start hearing a different story too, because a lot of folks are saying, well, hey, why don't they have this person on the show? Why don't, like, did you say anything to the promoter? Well, we didn't know we could. Yeah. Speak up. Say something,
Oh, yeah. So let me ask you this question right here. Singing over your music.
What is that?
It's singing over your music. It's when the damn music playing that you recorded in the studio and you gave it to the DJ and you don't have an instrumental track or a show track and you actually singing that song, right?
No.
Verbatim.
No.
You don't do that.
No, absolutely not. That doesn't make any common sense to me. Like, why would I? Huh?
Yeah, I think it's cheating. I think it's cheating the fans when you do that.
Well, I don't know about that cheating, but I feel like, why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't think of one reason why you would ever, especially if you had plenty of time to prepare a show track, why you would ever elect to do that. Now, I do know some people have said that, well, maybe it's because they can't sing that well, or maybe it's because their voice ain't that good tonight. Like, no, you're going to get it. Like, it's been times where I've had a little hoarseness or whatever, but it didn't affect the overall performance of my show. And I'm not going to ever put myself in a situation where I'm sick and I do something to where, I know it's going to be a bad look. But no, you're never going to catch me singing over. Because I've had, since I've been out, at least 3 instances where I've been on a show, the power, all of it went out. I just kept singing. They're like, oh my God, you did that. I'm like, what you supposed to do? Like, I got to finish this thing, and that's what you do. Now, everybody's not gonna be comfortable doing that. A lot of that stuff comes with time and development and comfortability too. So I'm not going to.
Well, if you're a studio singer, of course, you don't want to get out there and sing if you can't sing.
Well, I mean, how you gonna know though? How you gonna know somebody is a studio singer?
When they go live and try to sing in front of people, and they didn't heard the regular record, and they said, "Oh hell no."
See, you're a mess. I haven't heard. I don't know, on the shows I've been on, I haven't heard that, or maybe I haven't paid attention. But I will tell you this: I would be scared because anything can happen with that equipment. What if it starts skipping? Like, what you do then? What if it
Yeah.
stops like the records have stopped with me altogether? What do you do then? And they saying, keep singing it. Keep singing it. And they ready. And you're like, so I always
Yeah.
consider the supporter, like, what am I doing for them? It's not about me. And I put enough into what I do to where I just want them to have the best. I mean, and I'm not saying that I'm better than anybody else. I want them to have the best of me. And that's what I try to do each and every time so that they
Mhm.
feel like, oh, I know that's Miss Lady Blues right there. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know that's her. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
tell the fans, I tell my supporters, my consumers, I'm not gonna bring nobody here that's gonna sing over their music because that's cheating. That's cheating, man.
Yeah.
I don't like
Yeah.
that. I don't like that. And if y'all go to shows and y'all see that, then y'all need to let the promoter know. Why would you bring
Yeah.
somebody here to sing over their music? I mean, y'all need
Yeah.
to let them know that. So
Yeah.
I heard your daughter is a better singer than you. Is that true?
She is. Oh my
Are you
God.
serious?
Oh my gosh, 17 years old. And I was like, and I get asked a question a lot too. I get asked a question. They're like, if you had your wish and you could make a song with somebody and you could do a record with somebody, who would it be? And a lot of folks would be like, oh, I want to be with Mary J or da da da. And my dream is like to do a record with this child. When I tell you, like, when I started realizing, and she writes her own songs. And so when I come out there to Texas, K Young, I'm gonna have to let you hear this young lady, but I'm serious. Like, she just asked for a guitar for Christmas, so now I
Okay.
have somebody teaching her how to play the guitar. But she plays by ear, the piano. Like my brothers, like I said, our family is just musically inclined. We were blessed that way, but I never imagined that it would pass down to her because she makes the third generation for that.
Mhm.
But I mean, phenomenally gifted. I'm talking about effortlessly. She's able to do that, and right now she really doesn't even understand the
Yeah.
gift she has, but
Uh-huh.
she does create music every week, all the time. She sings
Wow.
every day. And so
That's
I just
good.
encourage it. We encourage it. And I'm just excited about her journey for 2023 too, because I still have connections from the other side on the
Mhm.
R&B and hip hop side. And so I'm working on some things for her, some
Mhm.
TV and film things. My brother's in LA. He's stationed out there for a long time. He's been out there. So
Okay.
it's a lot of great things going on. Yeah.
Somebody want to know what are your goals for the next 5 years? If y'all got some
Oh,
questions, y'all put them in the feed line. I'm gonna answer these
Oh,
questions, but
we for the
that's what I
next
want to know.
5 years. Oh my gosh, I want to continue to encourage, inspire, and empower everyone that I come into contact with to just be the best version of yourself, no matter what that is. Follow your dreams. I mean, relentlessly. Don't let off the gas. Like, keep putting your everything into it, whether it's music or not. I do a lot of things. I own a nonprofit organization as well. It's called Doing Good in Your Neighborhood. So I service the community, our homeless here, and I just started a partnership with the high schools here in Gwinnett County so that I can start a mentorship program over there that starts in a week and a half. So I do a lot of things in the community to make sure that our youth are seen about, to make sure that we invest in them and that we
Mm.
give them the best footing so that they can have a positive push forward. So I just
Okay,
want to keep doing that, more and more of that. Yeah,
gotcha.
for the
Hey,
next 5 years.
DJ TC Morgan said, "How come he don't have any of your music?"
I don't know, but he definitely needs to put his email address in there so he can get served tonight. I
There you
didn't know
go,
he didn't
TC.
have it. Yes, I need that email address, and he'll
Hmm.
have it tonight. Yes, absolutely.
But I haven't heard. No. You don't know collabs. You don't do collabs.
I do actually. I'm surprised you haven't heard any. I've done
Okay.
a few collaborations. Like when I first came out, I did some collaborations. Young man, I don't know if he's still doing his music. Aaron Cook. We have Stroking. Stroking is a good song.
Okay.
So
That was 10 years ago.
no. That was no 10 years ago. That was
You said
7
when
years
you
ago.
first came
It was
out.
that low. It was 7 years ago. So no, it
Okay,
was
but
6 years ago.
look. Okay.
So Stroking. Okay.
Okay. So let me
Okay.
ask
So
you.
here
Okay.
recently.
Let me ask you this question right here. Who was the 40th president?
What?
Thank you. Don't nobody know. They know who the current president is and who the one before him.
So you don't even know, it's all news to you. So it's new news to you. So, okay. Well, Awesome Bo out there in Dallas. Awesome Bo. We got Body Bumping. Me
Uh,
and Awesome Bo got that one. Body Bumping.
when that song come out?
When it come out, it came out last year. Yeah.
Okay.
It came
What is
out
it
last
called?
year. Body Bumping.
Okay.
Yeah, Body Bumping. That's a great song. And I got the collaboration I did. It's called Fire with me and Darnell the Bachelor.
When that come out?
That came out at the end of last year. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
right. Yeah.
Don't,
So I've
don't tell
done
me
some.
about no. Don't tell me about no song came out no 8 years
No,
ago.
bitch, quiet. You asked about collaboration. You didn't say no time frame. Don't do that. You always trying to do. No, don't do that. Don't do that. But let me tell you though, I get asked a lot.
Uh-huh.
People will inbox me and say, "Hey, do you want to do a song with me?" Um, Now I'm very careful about what I do because again, the brand is everything to me because I'm
Mhm.
building. And then I also think about the timing of things like here
Yeah.
recently over the past couple of weeks, this has been the most requests I've received. And I'm thinking the timing just a little fishy to me.
Mhm.
As far as, if you're making some noise, a little bit of noise, sometimes people jump on the bandwagon. And
Yeah,
this is
I've seen
not
a lot of that lately.
yeah, but see, this is not what that is. Over
No.
here, it's the work. You can't just come in and cash out. You gotta put in to get out. And so no, you can't just hop
But what
on.
happens? Not to cut you off, but Miss Lady Blues, what happens if you hot and you got a hot song and you collab with somebody and you don't show up? You don't.
Then
You
the people are going to be very upset because well, let me say this.
don't. Okay.
It depends on okay. It's like me having a good woman tour. And the good woman didn't show up. Like, oh, how is that a good woman tour? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And so at the
Yeah.
club, it's somebody singing my song, but it's not me. And so people are not going to be too pleased about that. Like, if you're on it, they want you in there. And that's another reason why I decided against so many collaborations too, because it's not fair. Because we never know what song the people are going to get behind. And if they get behind that song, you're on a song with this young lady or this young man, and you really don't have no intentions of touring with them or being connected with them in that way, you're setting yourself up, for some problems, in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion, And
Yeah.
so as a business decision, I'm like, no, I can't do that. I have to
Hey,
stay
you
focused on
got a
what my
song
goals are.
called Beat Beat?
Beats, yes. You made my
Somebody said,
heart go beat. Hey, who
why you
on
gotta
there? Is
do
that
all that?
Bessie? Is that
Well,
Bessie on there? Who's on
no.
there?
Somebody said, can you sing Beat Beat?
No, I can't sing
Daryl
beat.
Simmons.
Who
Huh?
is that?
Daryl Simmons.
Oh, Daryl. Really, Daryl?
Yeah.
The mention of his name turns the flicker into a flame. You make my heart go beat. Hey, you so enough good to me. Yeah, that's my song. You ain't playing
So
beat.
no,
Oh my goodness.
I
Well,
never
get
heard of it.
on, Daryl. Tell him to get on it.
I ain't never heard of it. And I'm just trying to figure out why you gotta do all that on the podcast.
Cause I gotta perform. Hey, they know how I do. I gotta give them a show. They gotta get this shoulder action. Shoot, I got some shoulders now too.
Hey, she look like, okay, this is my time right here. She like
Yeah,
she
I
on
had
the show for
something to
this.
give to 'em. I got to move. I can't sit still.
Wow. Well,
Yes.
I've never seen you in concert.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
you
I've
go.
seen you on. I've never physically seen you on show,
You
but
gonna
I've
have to
seen
make
you.
that happen. Then you gonna
Yeah.
have to put me on your stage. Yes.
One of your shows was horrible.
Well, I'm glad that you have an opinion.
I'm just playing.
Yes. You entitled? Hey. Yes. Let them
No,
folks
I'm just
tell
playing.
you.
No, I'm just playing. But yeah, I've never seen you physically on the show, but I've seen your shows, and I see you constantly on flyers for shows. That's good.
Yeah, but let me tell you about those flyers. Don't let that fool you. Cause I heard someone tell me the other day, they were like, so you can make money doing Southern Soul money. The Southern Soul pay bills. I'm like, what? Yes, Southern Soul pays some bills, baby.
Yeah,
Um, a lot of times you can have me on a flyer 15 times in a year, right? But
yeah,
I had 100 shows.
mhm,
Okay, the other 85 were never advertised because you have private parties, you have family reunions, you have class reunions, and trust me, a lot of these events pay way more than the average show that you would do because you have family members who are
yeah,
all going in to pay for it. So they're willing to pay more money. So,
yes,
I mean, it's a lot of ways that because you're not making announcements and
yeah.
you're making moves, those moves are working for you. And
Well,
sometimes you have to move with discretion because some families are like, no, we're not even going live here. This is our moment. We wanted you here and we don't want
got
to,
you.
share it with anyone. Now,
Yeah.
also the flip side though,
Uh-huh.
you may see me and I'm on 150 flyers. It
Yeah.
ain't made a dime all year long because all I wanted to do was get on the flyer and get on the stage. So,
Yeah.
don't allow the advertising and the marketing to fool you to believe something that could not be so. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Somebody said, oh, this lady Q. Somebody was saying that they want you to come to Hattiesburg, Mississippi. You ever been there?
It's been a long time. I haven't been to Hattiesburg in like 9 years. I have I think Al Love is over there in Hattiesburg. Y'all need to
Yeah.
get in their
Al.
ear. Y'all need to get in their ear and say, hey, we want Miss Lady Blues. And I'm like, I'm coming to a city near you with this good woman tour. So
There
yes,
you go. There you go.
Hattiesburg is on the radar.
I like your spirit. I like your spirit. I like your professionalism. I like your honesty. And
I appreciate
with
that.
me, that goes a long way. That goes a long way, with me.
Yeah.
Damn the talent, because my daddy told me when I left home, he said, your talent gonna get you in the door, but only your character gonna keep you.
Absolutely.
So
yeah.
you have a lot of folks who have good talent, but their character stinks.
Yeah.
Character stinks. So a lot of them I don't even want to do business with because I know it's probably gonna be a problem. I like people who's gonna be professional all the time, even when nobody's watching.
Yeah.
Who is this? That's Lady Q said she liked one of your songs called what Lady Q said? What'd she say?
That thing can't even see.
It's get it up.
Get it up. Yes. If I get it up, can you keep it up?
How's that go?
Yeah. It's if I get it up, can you keep it up?
Okay, sing it.
I just did. If I get it up,
you spoke it. You didn't sing it. You spoke it.
You think you slick. You think you about to get a concert tonight, but you ain't heard that.
Like
you haven't heard Get It Up. If I get it up, can you keep it up, boy? Yeah. If I get it up, yeah. You should be playing that too. I don't know why you sleeping on me.
No, is that pertaining to the male species?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's called Get It Up. Yeah.
Okay. Why'd
the
you make
guys
that song?
love it.
Why'd you make that song?
Well, actually, I write all of my songs.
Okay.
That was the only song I have that I did not write. A young lady, Jennifer Luckett Scott, out of Jackson, Mississippi. She had studied my music for like 3 years, and she said, I'm going to get a song that you're going to sing, that you're going to feel. And she let me hear Get It Up. I was like, yep, I'm in there. Because I'm a Gemini. Like, I'll say whatever I want to say, but I'm going to tastefully say it. I'm not going to, say certain things a certain way, but I will say anything my way.
When's
and when
birthday?
she let me hear,
When's your birthday?
June 8th, baby. June 8th. It's going down. Okay. Yeah, Gemini, straight to my heart.
Who was that to my Kevin? You know damn well she ain't speaking to a woman getting it up. Hey, look. Some of them think they mean.
Don't say that. Don't do that.
What some of them do?
You're being messy.
No, listen. This is what happened to me. This is a true story.
Okay.
It's a true story. So I came back to Fort Hood and I went to a club and I saw this girl named Keisha that I knew, from years ago.
Really?
From years ago when I was like 21, 22.
Yeah.
So now I'm in my 30s. I'm in my late 30s.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know that Keisha went through a transition.
Mm-hmm.
When I knew her, she was, she talked to like my guy friends and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So when she hugged me and stuff, the person she was with, was mean mugging me. I'm like, okay, why is this lady looking at me like that?
Mm-hmm.
But that was her significant other.
Okay.
But she was looking at me like, okay, so where you know him from? I'm like,
right.
Okay.
You were confused.
I said, okay. I said, all right, Keisha, I'll talk to you later.
You're like, hey, bro.
I said, I'll talk to you later. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this joker looking me up down like I was small.
Yeah, I know. It's okay though.
But I wasn't tripping though. But that was an incident I had years ago. That's why I said that because some of them do want to be like you. Yeah.
Okay.
I ain't got no problem with it. I ain't got no problem with it. So look, so if you could offer any advice to anybody right now that's coming into so female, what advice would you give them?
The main thing I would say is never allow someone to make you feel like you're unworthy of being here. You deserve to be here. If you see yourself here, if you want to be here, you deserve that space. But never do anything to jeopardize that respect that they should have for you at all times. Because if we let go of that, then we can't expect or demand them to have that for us. We're dealing with a lot of men. We have to keep that in mind. It's not their fault. However they believe, we get down or, while we're here, you have to set the record straight. And I mean, keep things in a respectful way. Keep your head up, keep pushing and knowing that you cannot get around the work. So Even if you're saying, well, such and such feeling me, so maybe we go on a date. Da, 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 da. No, you're just gonna be tomorrow's conversation. You know what I'm saying? And you're not getting no shows. You're not getting anything because at that point they don't want to be bothered. So
Yeah.
we just deal with a lot in the regular world, but this is a whole nother level of a playing field. And it's like, continue to remember why you started. Don't let anyone make you feel like you don't belong here. If you think you belong here, work like tomorrow ain't coming. Like I tell people, to the death of me, I'm gonna use every breath in me. And I mean that with
There
everything
you
I do.
go.
So,
There you go.
just keep that attitude and be positive. And I know some days may not be your day because sometimes I be looking at the phone like I wish somebody would say something today. I'm ready, but I never go there because I already know I can't, you know.
Mm,
And so just love hard and pursue your dreams and things,
mm.
just relentlessly, just continue to push and you'll
Yeah.
eventually get there. Yeah.
And you know what? You know what I tell people about character matters? You got promoters on here right now that
Yeah.
say, I want to book her. I want to book her. I want to book
Right.
her. You got promoters on here who's never even heard of you. But
Mhm.
just by your conversation, your professionalism, they're gonna go and read. I'm pretty sure they didn't looked up your songs and they said
Mhm.
they want to book it. So nephew, give me a call. I'll link you up. Any of the promoters on here. If y'all want to book it, give me a call. I put you in contact with it directly. Because these are promoters I talk to all the time. We talk
Right.
all the time. So, but
Mhm.
I appreciate you coming on and like I
Yeah.
said, you haven't come to Texas on the K Young production, but
Not yet. I'm
yeah.
coming.
Well, it just
I'm
depends on what
coming.
the price is. So
No, we
if I put
coming.
you on
Yeah,
Southwest,
y'all. Tell him
Southwest,
we want Miss Lady Blues. We
hey,
want Miss
I'm
Lady Blues.
gonna put you on Southwest.
I love Southwest. That's all I fly. I don't know why you trying to be cute.
You see what's going on with Southwest right now in the news?
Yeah, I do. I don't care. I'm loyal, honey. I'm loyal. I don't know what you thought this was. I'm loyal,
You
honey.
talking about she
Yes,
loyal?
loyal.
No.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
So somebody tell her. She said, "Tell her Ashana from Kentucky said she loved her."
Baby, yes. She's
Yeah,
amazing. Hey,
yeah,
sweetheart.
yeah. Christy
That's my
Hopes in the
baby.
building. What's up, Christy? Christy Love Hopes.
Yes, that's my girl.
Yeah,
Yes.
she's on here. Yeah.
We
So
been talking all
you
the
better go
time.
back and look through the comments once I close out. You better go back and look through it, and
Awesome.
then it's going straight to YouTube. So
Awesome. And
I think
everybody that I
everybody.
didn't know was on here, I want y'all to know that I appreciate y'all tuning in and listening to us do what we do so you can kind of be on the record, off the record with Miss Lady Blues. If you have any questions for me, you can always inbox me, email me, misslady.blues@yahoo.com. And, yeah, we can finish the discussion. That's right.
Whatever. But
Yeah,
look,
whatever. Yeah.
when you go on there, back on there, you can answer all their questions in the feed line.
Okay.
And then, like I
Awesome.
said, with these promoters on there, you can send them your information. Like
Okay.
Cecil Johnson's on here, K9, all of them
Okay.
on here. You can just send them your information. But I
Awesome.
appreciate you coming on. I really appreciate
Yes,
you coming
I
on.
enjoyed it. It was a blast. I
Hey,
appreciate you
Bessie's
having
on
me.
here.
Hey, Bessie, that's my girl. She's the one who turned me on to you. Yeah.
Oh, she
So,
did?
yeah, she did. Yeah, she did. She was like, "Can you out of Texas? I'm gonna hook y'all up."
Yeah, Melanie
Yeah.
Chanel is on here.
Hey, Chanel, how y'all doing? But I'm gonna tell y'all something. My phone on 1%. Like it's going down, baby.
Okay. But look, I'll give you a call. I'll give you a call this week. We'll talk. But like I said,
Please do.
you can go on the feed line and answer their questions and stuff. Send me information.
Okay.
But
Well,
I
I love
appreciate you
y'all.
coming
Y'all
on.
can go to www.missladyblues.com and look at that show schedule and see all of the stuff that's coming up. I got some great things coming up. Want to let y'all know I'll be in Kinston, North Carolina on New Year's Eve over there with Teal One, Lacey, and Carlin Taylor. Okay. It's going down,
Okay.
y'all. Love
And you
y'all.
got some people said subscribe to your YouTube page. Y'all can check out my
Yes,
YouTube
subscribe
page.
to @Miss Lady Blues, my YouTube channel. Please do. Don't do
Look,
that.
I normally charge for all that for you.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not.
Look, I appreciate like Sylvia hit all my people that come on and follow me, sending me stars and stuff.
Yes,
for
Sylvia
my
and all your
podcast,
supporters.
not my
Yes.
Facebook page, for a podcast that's paid for. This podcast is paid for monthly. It's not free. So I
That's
appreciate
fine.
y'all coming on. Yeah,
But you got a lot of money.
Huh?
You got a lot of money.
Whatever. But
Yeah.
look, I know you weren't born in 1970. Well, you probably would, but you ain't gonna tell nobody your age. But you remember when this came on right here?
What is
Back in the
that?
day, that means it was over with. Thank y'all for coming on. See y'all next week.
Bye.
Thank y'all for tuning in. See y'all next week.
Hey, it's off the record. It's